much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, you know what? This is probably one of the races that doesn't get as much publicity as some of the other House races, as well as the U.S. Senate race. A lot of our viewers may not even know you. So I'm going to give you a few seconds right off the bat to kind of tell us what your platform is. Tell us who you are.
Great, excellent. Well, my name is Beth Rankin, and I'm from Magnolia, which is in the southern part of the state, Columbia County. And I'm running for United States Congress because I am deeply concerned for my country, as a lot of Americans are out there right now. I think we're seeing skyrocketing national debts to the tune of $13 trillion. I've already had to adjust that number 3 times just since announcing for United States Congress in March. So I think people are looking at the federal government and they're saying, look, why is it families and neighborhoods and schools and churches and organizations, why is it we're the ones that are having to balance our budget and live within our means, and yet the federal government doesn't have to? It doesn't seem right in most Americans' minds.
And you're leading me right to my first question. I wanted to talk to you about the economy. Do you think that's one of the biggest issues, and will you be talking a lot about that? And what do you want to do to make things better?
This is called, the Beth Rankin campaign is called the Back to Basics campaign. And basically what that is an opportunity for Americans to return to the United States Constitution. You know what? We're seeing a renewed interest in the United States Constitution. We're seeing a renewed interest in our founding fathers, because when we look at that document, there is a lot there that can help us sustain our strength and the principles upon which this country was founded, especially, economically. It set forth some pretty good principles as far as the limitations of federal government. And what we need to remember is that all spending bills, all revenue bills originate in the United States Congress. So if you don't think it's important to pay attention to who you're sending to the United States Congress, you know what? If you're not comfortable with the skyrocketing national debt that we're seeing in our country right now, you better get involved, because chances are your congressman might be spending a little more of your taxpayer dollars up there than you think.
Let's talk about health care real quick.
Yes.
And you got to smile.
I've had fun with this. Well, I say I've had fun with this. This is an alarming issue for a lot of Americans. The state of Arkansas has spoken unilaterally with this. The state of Arkansas has said over and over, we do not want this. To the tune of 65% of Arkansans have said they're opposed to it.
So do you think it's realistic to reverse a bill that's already been put in place? Do you really think that would happen?
Here's what I think is realistic. And I've part of my campaign on July 31st, just a week ago, I had a press conference where I reminded Arkansans that Congressman Mike Ross voted for the health care bill before he voted against it. I call it the newest form of the health care hustle. Political tap dancing, a little bit of a health care hustle going on where he voted for it before he voted against it. Now here's the deal. Over 65% of Arkansans said they don't like this bill. We're in agreement that we need health care reform in this country. However, Congress can defund this bill. That's a big difference. Yes.
Okay. Let me just ask you this. Certainly, a lot of us understand that there's a lot of voter dissatisfaction, and a lot of people wanting to get the incumbents, wanting to get the incumbents out. But I will tell you, Mike Ross, it seems, the congressman, has a pretty good stronghold. The last poll showed you trailing by 21%. What do you say to that? How do you combat that?
What I say to that is the polls have him only at 55%, which is extremely alarming for a 10-year incumbent. Those numbers are very alarming for him. I'm just getting started. And so my point to that is we're working hard to build our case that, people need to take a look at this record. They need to understand that this blue dog record, there have been times we've needed that blue dog to bark up there, and that blue dog's not been barking in defense of the Arkansas taxpayer. And I think that's my job to be sure and articulate that.